I'm going up to Northern California tonight. I'm going to a hip hop show in San Francisco. Good friend of mine, Blase, is doing a show with Be Legit. That's E40's cousin. Big fan of Be Legit, big fan of Blase. I'll leave a link to his channel. Check out his music. He just did like 13 or 14 years in federal prison for a cocaine conspiracy. And I met him, I want to say in 2011, at Federal Correctional Institution, Oxford in Wisconsin. We were at Oxford for a couple years together, and he got out. He's been doing really well. He had a couple kids since he got out. I think he got out in like 2014 or 15. And he's pursuing his dreams of being a hip hop artist, and I love that. I love people that go to prison, get out, and don't let the stigma of a felony obstruct their dreams. He's going for it, and he's really talented. I'm really excited to go there and support him for one of his first live shows. I mentioned last night I'm recording an album of me telling stories, way more explicit, raunchy, longer stuff I really can't say on YouTube. And I'm going to do an entire series of it. It'll be on Spotify, iTunes, and we're also coming out with a CD. And I said last night, anybody that sends me a donation, if you already have, I'm putting everybody on a list. I'm going to get your addresses as soon as the CD comes out, which is probably mid-November, maybe a little sooner than that. Definitely want to have it done by before Christmas. I'll send you guys a free signed copy, and I also said from the recording last night, 20 more GoFundMe donations, and I'll send all you guys a signed copy as well. But after that, I have to stop. And it doesn't matter what size donation. I mean, you could send $1 or $2 and I'll still do it. Remember, I'm losing money at that point, so I prefer more, but it's not really about the money. It's more just the principle that you guys were believing in me since the beginning. And if you've sent me donations on the live feed, let me know, comment, and get in touch. Let me get your mailing address so that I can be sure to send it to you. I just appreciate people believing in me so hard in the beginning, and I want to get to a point where it's more autonomous, where I have merchandise, I have more products out, and I don't have to ask and basically panhandle on these videos because it's demoralizing and I don't like it, and obviously it pisses people off. I don't know why. I mean, it's really hard for me to get orthodox employment with my record. Not so much the nonviolent drug stuff, but the pimping. It's like, you can't really explain that. It's like, so have you been charged with a felony, sir? Yes, I have 3. Well, what are they? Possession of heroin, conspiracy to distribute heroin, which both sound pretty bad. What's your most recent conviction? Pimping and pandering. And then they're like, ooh, there's no way I'm supporting you. So I have a couple films coming out next year. I have the new book, June Gloom. I'm going to start putting out albums. I'm going to get some merchandise, some t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. I'm also going to start posting an entire series on how to turn your crazy life experience into a book and film. Probably be like a 10-part series, hour-long lectures. They don't monetize most of my videos. They will monetize those. I'll be sure not to use bad language. I think it's really important. A lot of us are recovering addicts, and a lot of people send me messages. How do I turn my story into a book or a film? And I want to tell you how I did it, what my writing techniques are, what my publishing strategy was, and how I broke into the film industry and landed those deals. And I think it's just important to give that back to you guys. I want to see everyone succeed. Definitely not one of those people that's like getting a little momentum with my career and then like I want to be too cool for school and not help people. I hate when people do that. If you guys wrote a book or something and you tweet me, I'll retweet it so that I can get it exposure, and I'm happy to plug anybody. Also, I'm going to try to do a Q&A again on Sunday. If you have questions for that Q&A, I'll always try to answer those questions first. My ADD is so debilitating. Like, I tried to do that story last night, and it was so hard for me. Every time somebody says something, it doesn't matter if they're talking shit or if they're saying something complimentary, it distracts me, and it's really hard for me to tell a story live. But the Q&A is important, and I want to be able to answer all the questions that you guys leave on this video Sunday, and I'll try to do it Sunday, and if not, I'll post an update and tell you when I am going to do it. Also, I'm starting a mailing list called the Shaky Jake Collective, and I'm going to try something. It's like totally novel approach to this. Every video that I post, like I'll leave a link and you can add yourself to a mailing list. every video that I post, every story, I'll put extra, like I'll send you guys an email to complement that video, and it'll be pictures. Like, you guys are always like, well, what does Jenny look like? What does this person look like? I'll post pictures of everything that I talked about in the video in that email, and maybe I'll send some bonus clips as well. And there might, so I think that that's a good idea, especially in anticipation for the documentary. I haven't seen anyone else do that, but I'm getting that going. It'll probably be next week. Getting new equipment because my phone is having issues, but someone had sent me a camcorder, a supporter, and I'm very appreciative of that. I'm going to have like a whole little studio set up. I'll probably do it inside my house. I have a room that I can do it. The reason I don't record inside as much is because I have a toddler and he screams, and he's either awake and screaming or throwing stuff, or he's sleeping, and I don't want, like, we have like a small 2-bedroom in LA, so it's not like a huge place. And so yeah, the album, GoFundMe, I think there's maybe like 13 slots left. I will send you guys a free album. Does not matter, signed free album, doesn't matter the amount of the donation. Just remember, it costs me money to make them, so the more the merrier, but I'll do it for even small amounts, even if a couple bucks, it doesn't matter. It's more the principle of the support. I'm going to start that series where I'm going to teach people how to write, how to publish, how to get into the film industry. I think that'll help a lot of you. It's very therapeutic. And it also, if you have felonies because you've been in and out of prison, the best way to exact revenge on the people that are oppressing you is to actually capitalize on those past life experiences. And it's also good for your self-esteem. Once you have a book out, a movie out, I mean, it really makes you feel better about yourself. It's like vindication for all the mistakes you've made because you can help other people. It's altruistic. It's a very positive thing. We're going to start that series with my dad, Frank Fridays. He'll be doing stories about me. And yeah, I think that's it. If you have a small dick, doesn't matter if you have a bomb personality. Palabra.